The Go Nuts podcast.
Yes.
We're going nuts
It was
here.
dope.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh,
Here we
yes.
go.
Yes. Going nuts, saving nuts, and then educating and liberating
Yes.
everyone's lives right here. So,
So are we ready?
I think I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yes.
Yes.
Good.
Yes,
I think I'm ready.
All right.
Yeah.
There you go.
What's going on, everybody? This is Anders and Mark with the Go Nuts podcast. And we
Hola.
are sitting here with the co-founders of
Urban Graduate.
Urban Graduates.
Yes.
You guys want to introduce yourselves real quick?
Yeah, I'm Gerard Watson,
Yes. AKA Grits Watson.
founder,
Yes.
Grits.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm Eric Curtis Pulley, also known as Eric Devon in the art world and
Oh, yes.
co-founder.
There you
Nice. Awesome. So today we are going to be talking with Eric and Gerard about their initiative, Urban Graduates. Yes.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to just explain to your viewers
Yes.
what is Urban Graduates?
go. Yes. What you got here? So,
All right. Well,
Yes.
basically, it's a mentorship program that we decided to come up with because in actuality, it kind of emerged out of a group that we started together in, in music, and we want to give back to our community through the youth. You know what I mean? And for more so like at risk teens and everything like that. It could go as young as that, but more so teens. And we just want to give back and just give them something positive that they can look forward to through using, their artistic skills if they don't know, and just kind of be able to just move forward and just kind of feel good about themselves, but at the
There you
same
go.
time,
Yeah.
be able to try to show them different ways where they can, make better choices with their lives.
Nice.
That's awesome. So like helping like with creative, like
Yeah.
with music, with all sorts of different things, right? So, yeah. So,
Nice. That's what's up. So the initiative itself is to help the youth sort of hone that creative side of them and just ultimately be successful.
Right.
What do you want the outcome to be, I guess, in the long run for the organization?
In the long run, an organization, of course, to expand into, as far as we can go. But for the most part, just being able to show them that, hey, you don't have to be one way. You can work. You can be an entrepreneur.
there you go. Yeah.
And also you can go to school if you choose these routes. But basically, we like the liaison to kind of push them into these different avenues and pathways where they can
Nice. Yeah.
create them on, create their own self.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think that's what it is. Like when we talking with youth, we always try to tell them, you supposed to do this, you supposed to do that. But no, we want to give you options and kind of show you.
You want to
the
help
things
enable
that-
them.
Yeah,
Okay, I see. Yeah.
show you what's out there so you
Yeah.
can be able to gravitate towards these things if you want to do that.
Yeah. There's not just one way. There's more ways.
No, it's
to,
more
like,
than one way.
yeah,
It's
just-
more than one way.
Yeah. Take on your life and then
Right.
become. Yeah. It's just something like
Absolutely.
better all and overall growth and all that. I love that. So.
Path to success
Yes.
is not just higher education. It's
Right.
doing what you want, doing what you feel makes you happy, and doing what you feel will ultimately satisfy you in the long run.
Right.
Absolutely.
I
That's
think
what's up.
another thing I'd like to add to that is that, it's about, really helping kids see, obviously, that there can be many different routes to success, right?
Absolutely.
And a big part of that too, I think a part of success is finding, some purpose. And a lot of times, as you see, whether we go to Camp North End or wherever, look at the art, look at the people,
The creativity,
there,
it's
the
booming over there.
creativity.
So.
Exactly,
Oh, yeah.
right? So like that's just
Just
one
flowing. Yeah.
one example of a place where a kid can walk in there and see, what, I may not be exactly the best student, right, in this particular setting, whatever that setting is, but you know what, I really do have skills when it comes to my creative abilities and whatnot, and they can actually see people who are successfully doing it. And I think
There
that
you go.
for us it's just an opportunity to kind of help them see that.
Nice. So it's almost in a way, it's like almost leading by example to help them lead by example
Exactly.
as well. So like,
Exactly.
almost helping them like understand that they can put themselves in those shoes as well. So
Right.
I love that. So I remember talking to you, Grits, before about, and even Eric did like you guys want to implement it more into like the actual schools, like actual school programs and stuff
Yes,
like that.
definitely.
So,
And that
nice.
was,
Yeah.
and that was just one of the things with
Yeah.
kind of COVID kind of
Yeah. It threw us
slow
through a
some
whole-
things
yeah.
down because
Yeah.
me being in CMS and working in CMS
Yeah.
and actually my job got cut.
Oh yeah.
wow.
You mentioned
Yes,
that
and
before.
I'm and I deal with the youth. I deal with behavior modification. So it's like what happens when you don't have people to actually even deal with to even be able to implement the services that you say you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like it made me feel kind of sad, kind of depressed a little bit, like, damn, what's going on?
Yeah, almost like what can you do in a way? Because like
Right.
COVID, like literally and everything else around us is like kind of holding us back. Because like,
Right.
we, like even for Saving Nut too as a nonprofit as well, like
Right.
we haven't been able to really like keep ourselves going. Like the best way is like just through content, just through like helping like not only ourselves but like everyone around us to like really like figure out how to even handle it at this times, and then even just help with the overall community. So
Absolutely.
just about just putting ourselves out there in our content and help collaborating with more and all. And that's what I would love to see what we could do is like how could Save a Nut connect more with the urban graduates over here, and like what can we do together?
Well,
like,
I know, man. I know y'all deal with mental health, and then I know you're dealing with if you're saying that testicular cancer happens between 15 and 34 years old, that's definitely within that bracket of a ninth grader.
Yeah.
In high school. So I think that's something that we have to come together, especially when school starts back and when things start to kind of open up a bit, and then we can try to have maybe events where students can come out. We can come out to the school. Actually, you can just come out and kind of talk about these things, because I know far as like if I was 15, I wouldn't even be thinking about something like that. So it's basically just about raising the awareness of it and being able to not be afraid to even get a check. You know what I'm saying? Because it could save your life.
Yeah, because like a lot of times like kids like going through like puberty and like even 15 years old, they're like trying to figure out what the hell they're doing in their lives. Like they're trying to figure out if they want to fit in or be themselves, or even like just even overall just trying to think about what's going on inside your body is like a very like hard thing, and even mentally too. So like like I think I love what you guys are doing with like helping with not only like helping individuals get their creativity going, but like it sounds like you guys have a lot of like, cool ideas to help with even like adolescents going with their mental health and helping them like figure out what they want to do in their lives and all that.
Right. So
that's with Saving Up. We want to like figure out how can we connect more with the youth too.
Right.
So like I'd love to like see like what are the ways that you've seen that really like helps like get like the younger kids like really get in touch with like more of those things going on. It's like that, like whether it's creativity or anything else like that.
Yeah. So, and like I was saying, like and a lot of stuff I'm not really that like a whiz at social media and stuff like that, but whatever you could do, some stuff like through TikTok and Twitch.
Yeah.
Like you use these mediums that they're using, that they're on to raise their awareness. Yeah. I think for those who are a little bit more gifted in that area, who can kind of, raise their awareness about, where they are, because they use it all the time. Because when I was working and stuff like that, I would see them. They would be on these platforms
Instagram,
often,
TikTok, doing all these things.
All throughout the day, man.
Yeah.
So that's where you reach them, through the social media, but, give them the content, because maybe they'll scroll across that and say, well, hey, I didn't know what that was. And, maybe come to the school nurse, can I get a check or something like that?
Yeah.
They're not thinking about that.
Yeah.
It's all about meeting them on their medium.
And connecting with them.
Not letting them come to you, but going to them.
Right.
I think that's the most important thing right now, especially considering that a lot of the youth, when they're on social media and stuff, they are looking at like the how-to stuff. Like all the time, I see like how-tos, like type content on TikTok and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I think that's a really good way. That's a really good medium for you guys to be on.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So I love we guys in an Instagram page it says edutainment, and that seems like it's a really cool way to spin like education with entertainment, and like and that's a cool way to like really help like kids like understand like, okay, this is a different way to almost educate yourself. So if you guys want to explain a little bit more like what does edutainment mean to y'all? So
well, I guess the whole concept really comes down to me, it's kind of a simple thing where it's like, look, if you really want somebody to pay attention, entertain them, right? We just saw all that was going on as far as with the election and everything else. If you can keep people entertained, you can keep their attention.
Absolutely.
So, and if you can educate them while you have their attention, I think that is, we think that is actually just one of the best ways that you can, connect with folks. So I think that's a big part of it.
Nice.
Mark, because some of the work that we have done.
We made several music videos. Like,
right.
That's how I got introduced to Grits before back in the day was Pakisifu.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
The UNCC days, right?
Yeah. Like 6 years back, we made a music video like Victim of Circumstance. That was a song that we made.
The Trayvon Martin.
Yeah.
situation. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like almost like somewhat of a reenactment of it, but just kind of showing the imagery of that.
Yeah, but the music video turned out awesome, and then that's how I got introduced to you,
Yeah.
Eric, because through bits and all. So yeah,
Like 6 years ago.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can just see your growth in those 6 years, man.
Appreciate it, my good sir.
Going
Thank
from
you.
there,
Yes, yeah.
here.
And then like literally, we've made like 5 music videos now in total. All
Oh wow!
Yeah.
yeah.
Mark was
Yeah.
showing me the one that you guys had recently worked
Yeah.
on, surrounding the whole Breonna Taylor thing. I just want to say
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
stick
it's
together.
a great
so,
song, great song,
Yeah.
great video.
Yeah, thank
It's
you.
awesome symbolism. It's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Great video.
Yeah, I think you guys are planning on dropping it this Monday, right?
Yes, well,
So-
yes, it's
Okay.
looking
Yeah.
at that coming out on Monday.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna try to put a little steam behind it, see what we
Nice.
can make happen. You
So
know?
where can we find it? Where can we
Well,
find this-
it'll be
this
on
video.
on YouTube
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
We'll have it out on YouTube.
Put it all
we'll
over
share it
social
through
media, so
Instagram. I
there
mean,
you go.
we're gonna put it through all those platforms. So
Nice. Yes.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
what's up. So, I guess when it comes to starting up your nonprofit, I know Mark has gone through a lot of the difficulties of starting up a nonprofit, especially during COVID-19. What were some of the hoops you guys had to jump through in order to make that happen for yourselves?
I would say mainly that paperwork, man.
I know there's
Like,
so much. Yeah.
it's just like this
honestly,
paper.
yeah.
It just
Yeah.
felt so monstrous to try to climb over that. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
what are you supposed to do? I'm googling everything. Yo,
Yeah.
and I'm
How are you supposed to
calling-
do it? They don't
Yeah,
really.
I'm calling you like,
yeah.
yo, what's going on
Yeah.
with this, man? I don't understand this. The paperwork, the 990s, and all this other stuff. Like, that's not my thing.
You know,
Like,
insurance,
Yeah.
all those different things. They
Yeah.
just like they tell you that what they want, but they don't tell you how to get it.
Right.
Thing. They just like expect you. All right, just figure it out, and then
Right.
like, it was still a whole like wall to climb for us to like figure out how to
Right.
like put it out there. I'm still working on insurance and all that stuff for this. So
yeah.
So yeah.
it'll be okay though. But like, hey, that's what else was it? Yeah, you guys had to like deal with them for and starting up the nonprofit.
Yeah, and that's what it was. And just going through the whole process about, what is it going to look like?
Yeah.
What are we going to do? And who are we going to help? And, all that different type of stuff, having these in-depth,
Yeah.
conversations about trying to bring this thing to life and actually get it functioning and moving in a direction where people are responding to it and say, hey, this is a new thing. This is what's going on. It's
Yeah.
helping youth, and, we want to be excited and be a part of it. So, that, I try to put myself in a space where I can get things done, but then it's like I'm seeing so far down the road, so
Yeah.
I get frustrated because I haven't met these things yet.
Oh yeah.
So it's like that's how I work,
I see.
or that's
it.
how I think sometimes.
It's like
anyway.
one step
Yeah.
at a time, but it's at the end. Like it's so hard because we want to get to the end goal, but like there's all those little parts, and like sometimes we don't even have like an actual map of like what those parts steps are. It's,
Right.
Yeah.
It gives me like it stresses me out every time I think about it too. So I'm like, oh god, what else do I have to do? So, but like yeah, like just even trying to keep a nonprofit like relevant in this time, especially with like COVID and everything else, even like everything that's been going on with like in society too. Like it's been so hard to just like to get it going, but like in a way, just I think just keep putting content and staying relevant and like just showing how you can implement yourself in the community, the greater community around you.
Right.
Like that's the biggest thing, but yeah, it's been so hard this year just to like really, even like for any events or anything in physical, like like doing like classes or even like just being able to talk to people in person and like the whole event. It's hard, but maybe we can get to that in 2021.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
hope so.
yeah,
I mean, it's just something as simple as just trying to introduce yourself.
yeah.
You know, just walking up and hey, how you doing?
Exactly,
You know,
so,
I'm
yeah.
with so and so. Like just that alone is
Absolutely.
an absolute challenge right now.
That's what we're doing right now. We're putting ourselves out there right now. So
Yeah.
we got the camera right there. We got the camera here.
Right.
We're on 2
just
live
put it
streams
out
right now.
there,
So yes, yeah, we're getting out there. So oh yes, yeah.
I think on Saving That, we've also talked a lot about the ability for these creators and influencers and people who sort of want to make a change in the world, how social media has definitely played a part in sort of elevating us and putting us on that platform despite the pandemic. So, on you guys' social media, I see that you're sort of getting things like going on it. Like,
Right.
So what sort of initiatives do you guys have any sort of tie-ins to social media that you guys are going to do with urban graduates?
What you mean, like?
I remember when you reached out to me and Mike and then several other people, like talking about what does the idea of urban graduates mean to you. I remember you reaching out to
What does it mean?
yeah, you were asking them several like individuals to like, just get a video of themselves talking about what.
Oh
it
yeah,
means to
yeah,
you.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I got you. Yeah. So pretty much, man. the concept behind that is just try to get people to understand, like, when you hear the word urban graduate, what is the first thing that comes to your mind?
Yeah.
So, and I just wanted to just a natural reaction to when you hear these two words, what it means to you. And it's just basically to me, and, you know, hopefully everybody can say what they think it is to them, but, you know, what it is to me is that, you know, of course, it's somebody, I mean, you could take it literal and say, oh, I'm from an urbanized area, yada, yada, yada. But it's just somebody like far as myself who was counted out and jumped over a bunch of obstacles and made it happen and turned their life around. So anybody, anywhere,
can get there.
doesn't matter what color, creed, or whatever, you can be an urban graduate because it's about getting to that next level and whatever it is that you're doing that's in a positive manner.
Absolutely.
So that's what it's about. It's about deliberation, motivation, elevation.
I love that right there. It's
Right.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love that saying. I think Mark was telling me that that's sort of you guys' sort of slogan that you're going by. That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely, because you got to talk it out. That's the deliberation.
Yeah,
and
just
then
putting yourself out
and
there.
through
So,
talking, putting yourself out there, you can get people motivated. Once you get the motivation, and then, you know, you can come and solve problems, and that's supposed to elevate you. And like I said, whatever it is, it could be a new job or starting a new business. You going to school now, whatever it is. Anybody can be an urban graduate. It's all about leveling up and getting to that next level.
That's awesome. So it sounds like there's would be a lot of like almost like a mentorship kind of deal.
Yeah.
Like what kind of like almost like programs would you kind of like implement into with urban graduates? Like
Well, you want to talk about?
Well, I mean,
go ahead.
you know, primarily, you know, a lot of the things that we wanted to do within the school system.
Yeah.
I think, you know, that's, you know, a lot of those programs are centered around, you know, mentorship in whether that's, you know, in terms of like assistance with, you know, with school, right? So like, for example, whether that's, you know, kid wants to go to college, right? Or they're even considering, or not even thinking about going to college, and want to, you know, see some, you know, possible routes, or maybe they want to be introduced to some entrepreneurs who are doing certain things like that.
Connecting
you know,
them in a way. So almost being like
just
that
being
middleman
kind of
for
that
them.
liaison,
Nice.
you
Yeah.
know, being able to connect them to
Nice,
those types of things. You know, that's a part of it. You know, there are several different things that I think we'd like to do.
Yeah.
It's again trying to get into it now at this time.
Yeah.
You know, has made it really, really difficult.
But of course, now it would be cool if we was in a predicament to actually be able to actually Zoom some of them.
Yeah.
To kind of
that's a
check on
great
their
way,
mental
honestly,
state.
so, yeah.
At this point, being in the process of
Yeah.
doing that, being in the process of just kind of checking on them, checking in, having check in and check out
just
to see
talking
what
to
their
them.
daily
Yeah.
day, you know, what their daily routine is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that goes a long way, because I remember oftentimes they would come to my office and it'd just be regular random stuff.
Oh yeah.
And
You'd be
then
talking about everything.
yeah,
It's
and then they
like-
could be, hey,
Yeah.
I'm hungry today or something like that, so I could go get them like a fruit snack or
Okay,
whatever it
yeah,
was.
yeah.
I'm just
They're
saying.
really looking
I mean, I'm
towards
not
you
trying to
to, like,
minimize it, but you know what I mean. Like sometimes they'll just come to you and talk if they feel that you're open. So I want to be able to kind of give that to them.
Yeah, like
all of the
like a
time.
program, like literally, like
Yeah.
having like individuals, like even talking to individuals who have really made it with their careers,
Right.
and really showing to the youth about like what they can
Right.
do and like how to like really help them go through this stuff. Is
Right.
honestly, it sounds like an awesome mentorship program, but also in the same way, like, it sounds like you're almost like therapists for them, so you're
Yeah.
able to talk through them
But
about
not-
their things,
But not necessarily, certified, but coming from
Yeah.
a genuine, authentic place
yeah,
where they can feel comfortable, and us having open ears and being able to listen, because I see that often when they just want you
Yeah.
to listen to them. And once you can listen to them, you can be able to bridge that gap
That's
of,
amazing.
of
So,
them saying, hey, because as adults now, we always in a predicament to tell them what they should do.
yeah,
As opposed to, hey, well, what's going on with you? What are
Yeah.
your
Not
concerns?
asking them
And
about
what
what-
can you,
Yeah,
what can I do
okay,
for
yeah,
you?
so-
And that would be one of the things, you know what I mean? Just being able to check on them through these Zooms
Yeah.
for their mental health, mental stability, but also, like, Eric was saying, being
Yeah.
able to be the liaison to be able to help them with career development, whether it be
Yeah.
college applications, being able to hook them up with vocational training,
Yes,
which is,
yeah.
any type of job training,
Yeah.
coding, or, all these different
Anything, yeah,
things
so,
that's
yeah.
out here that we can be able to tap into, but we're going to need, help from the community in order to be able
Yeah.
to make these things
having
happen.
like people like almost like volunteer in a way, like where it's like,
Right.
hey, these individuals are doing some really amazing stuff. So like, if they can help us in that program, like get like a team of people that they can like the kids can reach out to and all
Right.
that. So
Right.
I love that. We've been trying to figure out something for like Saving Nut too, because like there's always with Saving Nut, there's always like patients who are going through it. They get treated, but they don't have anywhere they can really go to talk about if they're, hey, how are you doing? Are you okay? You good? So, but yeah, it's a lot of times, even growing up for me as a as a kid too, like it was hard for me to find mentors unless it was like maybe like my teacher or somebody even like that I've worked with some of that. But like, there was not really too many programs where I could find like, oh, can I work in, who can I look for like a mentor that can like really like help me get to where I need to be. I guess a lot of it's kind of hard, especially when you have to do it all by yourself and all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah, but like, I mean, there's really that awesome feeling of like going through those trials and tribulations just to get there. But like having that leg up to help them, honestly, can mean so much for someone who's like 15 years old just trying to figure out what the hell he's doing in his life.
So they're always trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't even know.
Yeah, they don't.
Just not even thinking about like, hey, I need a mentor. Like, you know, I mean, think about it. There are people right now who are in their careers who want to level up and don't even think for a second, like, you know, maybe I should find a mentor. Maybe I should find somebody to actually, you know, talk to who's been through this before.
Yeah.
So
get a little bit of guidance in what they need to be doing.
Yep. Yeah, it's just it means so much. I remember I can think of like 3 people in my life, I think, that like have really helped me. But it was like just me looking out throughout my way to go find them. It's like one was one of my film teachers. It's like Rodney Stringfellow, and she was an amazing film teacher. And like, but then like just several others that like I had to like literally go out of my way to find, but like having someone that can help enable you to find that's awesome. So yeah. So hopefully we can get that going in 2021.
Right,
so, let's get it going. So
definitely.
Yeah, so you guys are aiming to debut everything January in that time, or what are you guys thinking? So
it's toward I know it was like later January, you know, kind of going into February. I know we're gonna kind of kick off. Yeah. You know, once the top of the year kind of hits, we're gonna start trying to push, you know, from there.
There you go. So.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes, you got this.
Yes.
Yeah, you got it. Yes,
we got it,
man. Oh yeah.
So,
yeah, that's what we're thinking too for Save It. It's like if we can do events eventually, then too. But like, like we would love to help y'all out in any way we can.
Definitely collaborate. Definitely.
Yeah,
I think
let's do something. Yeah,
that's probably one of the best things is to collaborate. You know what I'm saying? Because it raises the awareness on both sides, and we're pulling
even
people
with mental health. And all that stuff.
Definitely.
That's the biggest thing. Like, dude, like, mental health in 2020 has been the hardest thing to deal with. Like, we've had several podcasts about how were you coping with everything going on in our lives, especially with like literally everything that's been going on in 2020. Like how are you guys able to like kind of keep you guys mentally in check too? So what are the things that you guys have like kind of like really like help or lessons that you guys have like literally learned about this year that have really helped you to get through it? So what are those things looking at? So.
Man, you know, I gotta say there are a couple,
Eric, you good?
Couple words I've been using. You know, adapt. You know, adaptation. That's important.
Absolutely.
Perspective. Making sure that you're really getting the perspective on the situation. You know, gratitude I think is another thing that I really this year has been really big for me because just looking at situations where. Man, there's so many things I took for granted, you know, and now, I wake up every single morning and the very first thing I do is say thank you, you know, so that those have been some major lessons for me. Huge.
Nice.
Yeah. Definitely mine was just, I would say one just sticks out, I would say introspection. Because just due to the quarantine and it's making you deal with yourself.
Right.
Like now you got to deal with everything that's in your mind, everything that's inside your home. You know what I mean? People getting cabin fever and things of that
they're
nature.
going crazy
I've been hearing people being depressed and having anxiety.
Yeah, I've been going through it right now too as well. So
But also it's a blessing too because it shows you who you are.
Absolutely.
And sometimes people are afraid to look at who they are, and that's what an urban graduate is. You're changing. It's always a gradual change. You don't have to be where you are. If you be introspective, see, that's the deliberation part. See, because when you're talking, you can find out what people's mental state is when you begin to talk to them. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it's all about, being able to talk and have this dialogue so you can kind of look inside someone's mind and so they can go introspective and change because that's what it starts with. It starts with yourself and your own motivation and you determine what your altitude will be when you've done these things. So I say with me in particular has been, introspective, what I want to do and how am I going to get it done? How can I deal with me and deal with family and, deal with all these personalities that's around me without going crazy because, I can't go to the mall and buy something that I don't need. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So it starts from within. You got to like really figure out, all right, like dealing with all these different things that are happening. It's like, right. How like sometimes even just taking a step back and like I think those in a sense like 2020 has been like, good for us to be able to take that step back and like just like all right, just make sure our inner workings, our own engines are working before we hit the road running and all that stuff because like I feel like the years before that, everyone's just going off and doing something, doing this, doing that. So like, it gives us a chance to really like reflect on like, what are we going through? Who's around us? Who do we surround ourselves with?
Right.
And like, and seeing people's true colors and stuff like that too.
That's
like,
major.
Yeah, and you're even seeing the true colors within ourselves and saying like, okay, this is who I am, and this is what I'm about, and all that. And yeah, just, like, I love that how you guys are able to like really like represent that through Urban Graduates too.
And it's like a suit.
Yeah,
you know, it's like a suit. You know that. You know, you go to the store, you buy the suit, it's too big. You know what I mean? But until you go to the tailor and they fix it. And then it looks better on your body. You know what I'm saying? Maybe as is, it doesn't work, but until you kind of put the work in on it, and then it starts to look better. Whereas, you know, just looking at it at first glance, you know, but now with the work and you put in on it, it fits. It's kind of like a tailoring thing. You fit it to yourself.
Yeah, there you go.
But that's only with introspection and reflection. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
I love that right there.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, yeah. So like, actually, go ahead. Good.
I was gonna say, I see you're repping the co-ed shirt.
Yes.
Yeah. We actually interviewed Toya back in June.
Yes.
Yeah.
About her organization, Co-eds.
Coalition of Educators Demanding Solutions.
Yeah.
That was great having her.
Yeah,
and
good.
Was it Kia?
Good times.
Yeah, her and Kia.
Yeah.
Her, you guys'
Miss
aims. You guys' aims sort of align at times, especially when it comes to the youth and education. So how are those two organizations sort of going to play hand in hand in the future?
I know that they're coming from an aspect of, you know, for the teaching aspect of it. So they was always dealing with disseminating information and, you know, of course to students and everything, but also trying to, you know, get teachers aware and to probably try to bring them on to what they were doing and just kind of giving them the information or whatever. So it's like I'm coming at it from a behavioral standpoint, but in school as well. So it's kind of like it automatically goes hand in hand because if they're in there teaching and someone is in there kind of being disruptive, that's when I would come in an attempt to modify their behavior. So it's automatic. You know what I'm saying? I'm just coming there from a different angle because if they're disseminating information, sometimes they may not have the time to be able to check in on you mentally and be able to stop what they're doing when it's other students in there doing stuff. And that's where I come in at to be able to kind of, talk this person down if they're being too, you know, belligerent or whatever it is that they're going through. And it could not even be that. They could be sad. They could be crying.
Going through something else and all
they probably came in super late or something like that. And then that's where I come in at. And that's where, you know, I believe it's automatic.
That's beautiful right there.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the inner workings of both co-eds and in Urban Graduates. It's
right.
Like,
go
ahead, really
helping. They're dealing with the educational side, but we're dealing with also, you know, some to a certain degree of education, but we more so, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? And kind of putting the light back on it and what's going on, how you feeling type of thing, just like you're saying, like a counselor type thing. You know what I mean?
I love that.
So we trying to give them that guidance, but that guidance is also telling them, hey, you need to be doing well and be respectful inside of this, you know, inside of this area or inside this class at the same time.
Yeah, because I remember when we were talking for about co-eds, it's like there's different ways of learning. It's like sometimes you can't, like even for me, it's like I can process information, but like a lot of times it's all about actually like, you know, getting hands-on experience and all that. So like going out there and trying to figure out a way to like do it. Sometimes like when you're in a classroom, it's hard. Like, but when you get individual like attention to like really like talk to someone about what you're going through and like or how to deal with certain things, it really helps. Like individually, like in my own mindset, like progress. And I think that's really great that you're able to like almost take it on in a behavioral standpoint.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I'm a tactile learner too.
Yeah.
But, you know, they always tell you these different things like, are you auditory or, you know, tactile. So, but of course, that's just me.
Yeah.
I learn by doing. And I know a lot of students are like that as well. So I try to take that approach, not saying that they're like me, but hey, you know.
They could be. Like,
they could be. They definitely could be. But that's what Urban Graduates do. We asking you, what are you? Or who do you feel that you are? Let's talk about who you are and if you want to change it, how can we help you change, make these changes?
That's amazing right there. I remember when we were working on the music videos, I think a lot of it was to help promote Urban Graduates in the future too, right? Like the sportsmanship and everything like that. How are you guys implementing music into the whole deal with it then? So like, is it like for a chance for them to like really like even, will there be opportunities for them to like even get a chance to make music or even like things like that? Or like, what are you guys feeling for that? So
it's a part of the goal.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. To really be able to you know, use that as an outlet.
Yeah.
You know, and it's funny because when you think about hip hop music, you know, a lot of times they say, you know, people think of it being like a young person's kind of thing, right? And we've all seen it's all grown, you know, but there are varying like degrees of it, and you know, it's a very, you know, wide spectrum, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
But we believe that, you know, when it comes down to you know, kids being able to get an opportunity to be a part of that process, right? Because there are a lot of kids who really want to be a part of that process.
Yes.
Sometimes it's like just the hardest part is starting, because like a lot of times even like, hey, I want to do this, or make music. It's like, how can I do it? I don't know how. So it's like help them learn that, like, because you can like look up stuff all day on like YouTube or something like that. But like if you're not getting that hands-on experience, like then like it. Sometimes you may not even get there, so it's like it's better, like almost like that leg up.
And this guy too, you know, he's dope, so he's an excellent writer. So he's dealing with the composition therapeutic part of it.
And I appreciate that. You see what I'm saying there?
You know what I mean?
Guy right there.
He's doing it, you know.
Nah.
So, you know, he's gonna help them out be able to write their thoughts out. So kind of be able to sift through the things that they got going on. You know what I mean? I can kind of help.
You've been telling me like how y'all have been like making music. It's like literally you're sifting through like old records and stuff like that, just trying to find like little bits and pieces, like how to put it in there, and like I'm like because like a lot of times like with sometimes with certain like to try to create something new sometimes means like to look back and looking back and like what influences can be really help bring that in there. So it's like it's sometimes like when you're younger, it's like you want to look to what's around you, but sometimes it's like you need to have someone that you can look up to like about that, to like really get those influences and all that stuff. And I'm like, I really admire that. That's what y'all's goals is, to like really help them like have people that they can look up to like really help them just create something good. And I'm sure you can help them make some really like dope music right there too. Though. So you can make it good. But
like I was saying, you know, with the with therapy through writing, you know what I mean? Because it's almost like it is journaling. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, tell us a little more about that.
So it is journaling, and being have written some stuff myself. You know, you start to kind of see yourself. It takes you back to reflection. It takes you back to introspection. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you're writing and it puts you in that meditative state, especially when it's over music. You know what I mean? It kind of quiets your mind down, and especially if this is for a person. Let's say, you're inside school and you have them, for a block or 30, 40 minutes or something, and they come in there, you got music going, they're going to automatically gravitate towards it. But now, hey, let's write down some of your thoughts of what you're thinking about and kind of be able to guide those thoughts. But, at first, kind of let them just be free and just kind of let it out. And then, hey, read it back to me. Yeah. Read it back to me, and then, maybe we can put this in a song format so you can kind of see where you are. You can flush these things out, because we know that art is a reflection of life.
Yeah, so, you can help them channel their emotions. Yeah, because that's like what I love about all this creative stuff from like photo and video and music, and even like drawing or painting or anything like that. So you're channeling your own emotions through your artwork, and then like sometimes like when you're younger, you don't know how to channel those emotions. Right. Like when I was going through puberty and all that stuff, my adolescence, I didn't know how to channel it. And so, but like music, I would go towards that, and like I would really feel all those emotions coming out of me, and like just and just feeling literally the goosebumps from just like listening to the amazing music that really helped me feel aligned with myself. So if you're able to help kids do that, I love that. So,
and that's also a bond, because we understand that this is the popular music of now. You know what I mean? So it's already meeting them on their level, because they're already interested in it. So I think it's a given. You know what I mean? Like, they're interested in it. Let's do that, like, so we can be able to have these conversations, and like I said, and that's the olive branch, the music. Yeah. So we can get to know you, you get to know us.
You get it on the level. That's we can
help,
so,
and then now we can learn how to help. But like I said, through the composition therapeutic side of it, that's what that is, the journning.
It's that form of therapy right there. I love that. So,
absolutely.
Yes. I think I definitely need some of that through my work. Where else can people find more information for like how to get into that? How could I get into that myself then? So how could me and Anders be urban graduates ourselves then?
Man.
How could Saving Up be that part of that?
You know what I'm saying? Just reach out. We on different platforms. Of course, we on all the social medias, the Twitter. We on, just kind of reach out to us. And, if you want to volunteer, if you got any ideas,
that'd be awesome.
Just stretch out. You know what I'm saying? We're not. Adverse to anybody that wants to help and kind of show us too, because we're not exempt from being mentored ourselves.
Exactly.
So it's about growth.
It is, but growth together, because like that's the biggest way we could do it. Like we got to stick together right there. Exactly, that's what we do. Yes. Like Eric Devon music reference right there. So and Anders is a writer too. He does a lot of journaling.
See,
too,
there it is.
So it goes hand in hand.
See?
It's like Like
Yeah, I
if
can
someone wanted to
definitely-
be like
it's
writing
working out,
articles
yeah.
or even being like a journalist himself and all that
Right.
stuff too, and you can help that too. So I'll help with like anyone who's wanting to get in photo and
Right.
video and stuff like that.
Thank you.
Or
Yeah.
even
So that's
making a
what we need.
nonprofit
Yeah.
about this. So
I was
yeah.
I've been actually trying to get Mark to help me out with a lot of photo stuff because I feel like that's where I need to focus because Mark is an awesome videographer.
Oh, I appreciate it, my good sir.
Photographer.
Thank you. Yes.
Charlotte's
Yeah.
best. Charlotte's number one of 2019.
He's the guy.
Oh,
2020.
it was Charlotte's best photographer of 2020. That's the award
Yes.
I got.
What?
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
yeah. I have
Yes.
the plaque in my place. and all,
but
yeah.
he's humble too. See, because
Right.
we didn't even
We
know,
didn't know
that. Wow, sir.
We knew it, but we just didn't
Yeah.
know it. Was
Yeah.
special.
I
That's
appreciate it, my
Yeah,
good sir.
man.
Yeah, thank you, Andrew, just for
Yeah.
mentioning that too. So
Programs like that, you know, it's
Right.
like plugging in certain resources to be able to make sure you can do what you need to do. I
Right.
feel like that's a great initiative that you guys are doing.
I appreciate it.
yeah, are you guys looking into like doing like internship programs too?
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
eventually.
I think that'd be a great
Yeah,
way to
definitely.
like even like implement that because like even like in college we figured out okay internships are like way to go, but like in high school like no,
Yeah,
You're not
definitely.
even
middle school
thinking
you
about
don't even
it.
know what that is. Yeah, so yeah, I'm like,
Like,
what is
what?
that? Yeah, internship. What is it? But yeah, like that's
But that's cool,
another one
though.
you could do though. So
And
yeah.
definitely make them aware of what that is because if they decide they want to go,
Yeah.
you know, to a college or something like that, you're gonna hear that word a lot. Internship. That's why
Yeah.
I heard it the most. Like, you know what I'm saying? In college, I went later in life, so it's like, okay, internships. What is this? Like,
Right.
I remember that's
know.
where I met you at UNC Charlotte.
Yeah.
So that was what, like 2014,
Man.
2015?
I think so.
Yeah. Like,
Yep.
I was the
Back in the
same
day,
way in
that's it.
school.
yeah.
I'm still at UNC Charlotte now.
Okay.
Yeah. So I
How-
feel like we definitely connect on that level.
Yeah.
Like
I went back to school, man, when
Yeah.
I was like 25.
Oh, yeah. That's not bad. So
And
went back
then,
in
then I, but check it though.
That's not bad.
But see,
I'm
but
24.
But see, this is the thing though. I flunked out,
Oh, yeah.
and then I end up coming back. You see what I'm saying? So basically, I'm like a living testament that anybody can do this.
Mm-hmm.
That's
You see what I'm
amazing
saying?
right
When
there,
you coming from a situation like me, and seeing that it's adverse and you overcome it,
Yeah.
that's literally graduation because you're going to the next level. Because I had the hunger inside myself and had people around me that wanted to help my wife. You know what I'm saying? Helping me out. So, that's what it's about, man.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Success has
what
no
it's about.
age.
No,
It doesn't, yeah.
no,
So
definitely not.
everyone has their own timelines. And I love, like,
Mm-hmm.
we were looking through the Urban Graduates Instagram page earlier, and we saw that your pictures, one of the first ones with your whole graduation outfit and everything,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So I love that. So,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like I made it, man. I'm here. I
Yeah,
did it.
yes.
'Cause a lot of people probably would who know me now. I'm like, what? Like, he went to college. Like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
no, there's no way. There's no way on earth I was supposed to went to college and
Yeah.
let alone graduated.
What were like a lot of the inspirations that like really helped you like think about? All right, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back. Even though I failed, I'm gonna go
Just-
back and show like, what
just-
I got. So what was that? What was that like? So
Just wanting to be better, man.
Yeah.
Just wanting to be better and not wanting to be it as like a dead end job or something like that. And plus you trying to live the American dream. Go to school, get the house with the white, the white picket fence and
Yes.
the dog.
Yeah.
So you chasing these
wife and
things.
2.5 kids or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, you chasing these things subconsciously, man.
Yeah.
So really, it was just for me. It was for me, and
Right.
just to say that I did it.
What were like because like a lot of times even like growing up like it's hard to like sometimes when when you're going through things you kind of feel like you're blaming the things around you, but what were some of the ways that were some of the things you had to go through that really felt like, all right, it's all on me? Like how did you handle like those struggles of like trying to figure out what that was, and what was like for me is like really when I going through all my stuff in my life, like really when you find out it's all on you, like it's hard sometimes, like understanding what that is and all that stuff, because you want to do so many things and like almost in a way you want to be like other people around you, but at the end of the day it's all on you. Like where did that what influences helped you get to that point in both y'all? So yeah.
Man, I gotta say, one, and I'm gonna call it just a kick in the ass because that's what it is.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Sometimes
that's
it
what
happens.
it takes.
Sometimes you gotta fall, really
Hey.
go to the rock bottom and realize that, okay, I need to do
That's
something.
exactly
So,
what it
Yeah.
was. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it was. I mean,
Yeah.
I went to school at 18.
Yeah.
Went back home. Stayed home for like 3 years. I say home. I'm back in Raleigh for 3 years, and worked a dead end job at a Schlotsky's.
And Slotsky's, yeah.
And I called myself working my way up to assistant manager or whatever.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, man, like that place is closed now. That was absolutely the definition of a dead end job.
Yeah.
And that was something that it motivated me when I started seeing that. Man, I may not really do much better outside of this. And then, a few of my buddies are in school and that kind of stuff. I'm like, man, I got to go back to school. I can do this. So at 22, picked up, moved to Charlotte, got into UNC Charlotte, and, didn't stop till I finished.
All right. So look at all of us
awesome.
UNCC alumni right here.
Yeah.
This is looking
I
got my UNC Charlotte pants on.
there you go.
Pants
Look at
on
that.
and everything.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Manners
all
for life right here. So yeah.
students.
Stake your claim.
Exactly. Yeah. So
For real.
yeah. How are you staking your claim? It's right here with urban graduates right here. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I love that.
Yeah,
So,
man.
Yeah, and I think that's when when we started doing the Save a Nut stuff, I realized because when I had to deal with cancer, that was part of the biggest things where all right, it's rock bottom. Sometimes when you're feeling like that, and it's when you're dealing with that stuff, mentally, you're thinking I don't want to put this on anyone else. It's all on me to really do the best I can and leave that form of a legacy for for anyone around that knows that I want to leave the world with something better, something
Right.
Yeah, leave the world basically leave it better than what you found it in.
Right.
So,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And that's what I think in my mind too, is just giving it to the people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And let them have it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if without the people, there's no urban graduates. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So you know,
without the people too, there's no Save a Nut either. So,
Right.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
exactly.
it's all about the people, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't be here without all the help of my friends and my family and all the people that I work with all the time.
Right.
I love this and doing more and more things like this together. There's no limit to what we can do,
Right.
especially from making music videos, doing these podcasts, doing so much more. Man, I would love to figure out what kind of event we could actually do eventually too, together.
Something
That's
big.
it. And then
Some kind of Super Saiyan.
exactly.
Energy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think it's something that we should plan though.
Yeah, we
you
got
know what I'm
some
saying, just
saying.
kind of come together. Even if afterwards, just kind of jot some things down and just hold each other accountable to it and set some dates.
Yeah, maybe we could try to figure out how we can do a cool after school program or something like that to really help kids get educated on not only just testicular cancer awareness but mental health. I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah,
that
definitely.
we've been trying to push too. It's just making sure that the kids are good. So yeah. So
Because that's one thing I'll say. Because dealing with them, they always ask about that. Because they're. That's the thing that I hear in the school system, CMS, social, emotional health, a lot. I didn't hear that coming up. The era I come from was very confrontational.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If it happened to you right then. If it was a fight or whatever it may be, it happened right then. We couldn't jump on a phone and, pick on somebody. You had to pretty much confront the bully.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or either, or it could go south, the other could go left, the other way, you just getting tormented by this person. You see what I'm saying?
Continuous bullying and all that stuff. I feel with social media now, it's so
it's out of hand.
it's
man.
literally the internet's going crazy because all the stuff that's going on and all that. It's and I feel when we were younger, we didn't have to deal with that. It's like now kids these days are dealing with so much more, almost in a way. But in a way, it's also maybe helping them. I feel when we talk to a lot of when we talk to Chance and his brother, Chance is
A foster parent.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's fostering his brother actually, right?
He actually has 2 foster kids that live with him permanently, but he also is I think he called it an urgent care type of situation.
Okay.
To where the kids, if they're in a really bad situation, they might come stay with him for a few days or something like that.
Okay.
Until the other situation sort of clears up.
Gotcha.
So he deals with kids in pretty intense situations.
Because I have in mental health background. I worked in while I was in college. I worked at a group home.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
wow.
and it was mainly boys from 7 to about 18 years old.
Oh, yeah.
And what we call it, what you were saying, if something happened, let's say if the parent was very nomadic and they were nomadic, it was emergency. It was called emergency
response.
placement.
Okay.
They would come in on emergency, to come in right then once they come through the system or whatever because of what was going on.
That sounds right on
the
nose with what
outside.
Chance was talking
Emergency
about.
placement.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that kind of popped in my head, and that's when I really started to work with youth.
Yeah.
Then and this was maybe 2013 or something like that, 12, and that's when I kind of was just kind of learning from them. You know what I'm saying?
So,
Because
y'all been
they would come from adverse stuff. Some of them would be on house arrest, and they would have charges and all these different types of things. You know what I mean? And they would have an extensive background about what they had been through. But one thing I noticed that when we would be there and we would play games, they would come outside of these things and they would would talk and open up, because sometimes they won't open up to you immediately because you don't know what type of trauma or what they've been through.
They're almost on a defensive kind of thing.
Because you don't know. But like you said though, you have to talk to them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In order to see where their mind state
so
is.
You've been helping kids for like ever, honestly. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
that.
I'm not even thinking about it like that, but yeah.
Yeah, like so, like that's what it almost seems like that's where a lot of the roots came from, like for with urban graduates. Like, like a lot of experience from that, like helping kids like get through it. Honestly, so yeah.
So as testicular cancer is the most common cancer among men 15 to 35, what do you think are some ways we can do to figure out how to engage with the youth and sort of get them to understand our initiative and understand that testicular cancer could potentially be a problem for them?
Yeah, so like when with Chance, he was in our last podcast. So he brought his brother in. He's like, I think how old was he?
17.
17. And when we talked to him about testicular cancer awareness and all that stuff, he didn't even know what we were talking about.
Right.
So like what, because like with this and like it almost seems like it's out of touch with the youth and all that stuff. So how are ways I feel like we kind of touched a little bit about it with like TikTok and social media. Like, what are some other ways you think are best to like help get engaged with the youth with things that may be out of touch with them, whether it's like with creating music or things like that, or even like with dealing with what's going on in their bodies, even mentally health.
Just
like
bridging the gap for them.
Yeah. How do you, what's the best way y'all have seen like to bridge that gap? So
I think I said, it goes back to the conversation. But the thing is, you know, you might not be in a predicament where you can talk to these youth on a daily basis. So you probably have to try to reach out to where they are physically. But, you know, due to the COVID and everything, maybe some things that you could probably do online to kind of, you know, reach out, like where it's like personal stuff, like, and have more, you know, conversations about it. Maybe even have a teen or somebody come in and have one of them on here so they can understand, okay, this is something that happens to us. You see what I'm saying? But they're talking to one of our own, somebody that represents me. So you need to talk to somebody that's young and probably be able to have them seen. You see what I'm saying? A male in particular, of course.
Yeah. Like it's like something like that mentorship kind of thing.
Yeah, like you have to mentor yourself. You see what I'm saying? And have them on, bring them on, and then, you know, kind of put that out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
absolutely.
So they can kind of see, so you can kind of raise that awareness, because I didn't know that you could be that young. You know, when you hear testicular cancer, you think, oh, that's an old man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But
it almost sounds like prostate cancer.
In general, you just think, oh, that's like further down the line.
Yeah, like, it's over. It's
like
over.
40, 50s.
Yeah.
Right.
It can hit anyone.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's crazy. So it could literally it could hit anyone. So it's like just making sure, like, you know, kids are aware of that kind of stuff too. Like, because like sometimes even like when you're younger, like you like hear these things that are like, or you gotta like, you know, pay attention to about like in your body and all that stuff. Because like sometimes like that stuff from like even like sex education, like the kids would make fun of that. They would think, oh, that's funny. That's like they're talking about that, but like they don't take it as seriously. Or, even like with that, like and just mentally, like they don't like, at least from when I growing up, it seemed like a lot of that stuff was like just we almost rejected it and made fun of it in a way. So like
I see.
Yeah, like how like I guess like like just like really just getting in on that same level with them.
Right.
It's like the biggest thing.
Have y'all ever even thought about like teaching a class on it, like how you would disseminate it in regards to
that wouldn't be a bad idea. I think that wouldn't be like even with COVID and stuff going on, it could be like a virtual a lot like Instagram live type session or something like that.
And have the you know Q&A with, you know, all the young people, man. You know what I'm saying? And ask them, have they ever, you know, do they know what it is? And
I'm gonna write that down.
Like, actually. You know, I think you had showed me something one time, like, can you check yourself? Yeah. You know, all these different things that's kind of raising their awareness.
Yeah, like a little video about like it's like, you know, just information, but also in the same way, it goes back to like edutainment in a way. It's like we gotta like you know, make it entertaining for them in a way that like, and almost in a way engaging too. So yeah, like it's tough, but like with like those are some really great like ideas to like help.
Also stressing that it is important. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes they'll be more likely to kind of listen to it when you say, hey man, this is important. You should check this out. Like I said, me dealing with teens, I know like when I'm having a serious conversation with them, sometimes it go in their ear and go out the other, but for the most part, they'll sit. You can kind of tell they sit there and they'll weigh it. So put them in a predicament to weigh the information that you disseminate.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
I see. Yeah. Appreciate it.
Yeah. You like something turning.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I got you. That's
yeah.
But yeah, let's. Like, I would love to figure out something. How could we help?
I mean, because you're great with visuals. He's great with, you know, journalism. So maybe you can kind of crossbreed those some type of way. And I know y'all good with social media, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, just stick with what you know. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
I
But
see, yeah,
use
so,
the
yeah.
talents that you already have
Yeah.
to be able to
Absolutely.
reel them in.
And then
Appreciate that,
there's
so,
another aspect too, kind of
Yeah.
like, 15 to 35. So we're not. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
kids, right?
Mhm.
But I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I'm 35.
Yeah, I didn't think
I had
was,
no idea.
Yeah.
Right. So maybe there is that kind of that kind of bridging the gap with that entire group
Yeah.
in some way, and that may be through all these other means, right? Entertainment, things of
Yeah.
that nature, but also too, sometimes it is that older brother, right?
Mhm.
That, you know what I'm saying? Like it's that older cousin or whoever it is that that maybe you connect with that person too, and maybe that happens at an event.
Yeah.
Maybe
Right,
that
right,
happens at however, whether that's through social media or whatever.
Or yeah,
but-
the biggest thing we've been able to do is events, but it's like sometimes just having like guys being able to talk about themselves. I think the hardest thing is I feel like as guys, like we don't really talk too much about our emotions.
Oh, yeah.
And all that.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing that we've been
Definitely.
trying to figure out and all that stuff too. Even for me, it's like it took a lot for me to come out of my woodwork and be like, hey, this is what I went through back in the day. Like it's like I want to like help out and like even like talking to other guys who have gone through it. There's some guys are willing to talk about it, some guys aren't. So but like, it's like it's almost like in a way breaking the ice, but also in the same way, just like. Just getting level with them and then being like, hey, I'm here with you. You're okay. You don't have to have like your guard up. You're like when you're here, you're home. You're here, your family and all that stuff. Too. That's
So
the
how
biggest
did you
thing,
how
so.
did you get to that point? Like what was it like for you? Was it someone you knew? Was it someone how did you break the ice?
Oh, are you talking about with like when I was talking to other?
Like how did you become open to truly talking to people about it?
For me, I think it was because of like for me like when like growing up, I've always been like just making the best out of what I got kind of thing. It's like even with like just starting to film and photography, it's like all right, I'll just go out of my way to just like and talk to someone that I really want to make something awesome with. So like with testicular cancer, when I had to deal with it, like I think it was like I got so much love and care and support from my family, my friends, and like thinking in my head, it's like I want to help other guys like go through this because like I know like what it's like to like go through that where it's like you feel like you're alone, but like when you have people that are just that caring and loving around you, just really be there for you, it means that much, and like it helps me keep going, and I want to be able to figure out a way to like extend that for other individuals. So it's like figured out, I'll just go out with it and be like, hey, this is me, like this is 100% me, like because like even like go like talking to like it's anybody about it, like meeting someone first time, sometimes they'll ask me like, oh, what you going through and all that stuff too, and then it felt like I wanted to talk about it, but also the same way like. I didn't because that's something that's my manhood right there. So it's hard to like talk about something that just makes you feel almost inferior or weak, but then like just being open about it and like just being out there about it just had helped me feel stronger. So like just being able to like show and care, bring that love and care back to those people who are going through it too. Just I think that's where it matters most, is just being that like because because like sometimes like I know like other guys don't have that older brother or someone that's just looking out for them. Like I want to be that person to help look out for them too. So yeah.
One of the things I've always been taught when it comes to dealing with like any insecurities that you have is to make it so that people cannot get to you. Make it so that you don't necessarily have a wall up per se, but allow it so people cannot penetrate that weak part of you.
Yeah.
So if somebody comes to you and they are sort of trying to make you feel inferior, you'll be like, well, it is what it is, honestly. So I think that's a very important step for people to be able to get to. So
that's what we're doing here. We're bringing us together and
definitely.
Like just being stronger together. Honestly, so like back to we got to stick together. So like
definitely.
we're like almost like in a way letting our guard down, but also at the same time like just becoming stronger together. So
Right.
I love that. So like that's what say like how like what are ways we could like figure out how to help with urban graduates now too. So let's what can we do now? So let's do something awesome. Let's do it. So maybe it's virtual or like anything like that. So
anything, man. That like I said, sometimes you just gotta kind of because me and Eric, man, we like to kind of put it down and then kind of weed out what does and doesn't work. But we definitely should all collaborate on something.
Let's do it. Let's make something awesome
and make it happen. You know what I mean?
Like aligning like the music and the creativity, like the writing, like photography, and video, like just. Right. I know we can make something really great.
It's all relevant, man.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And it's nothing better than having positive people around.
Exactly.
And working collectively. That's the main thing.
Absolutely.
And that's what it's gonna take. So, so another we got to stick together right here. So, oh yes, yeah, I love it. So,
Yeah, definitely.
oh yes, yes. So, how much time do we have left? We got some good time. I think, so,
we're hitting an hour right now.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Jeez.
There you go.
56
So,
minutes.
yeah.
Really?
It didn't feel like
I
it
know,
was.
we
I thought
don't
it was like
do it.
20
It was a good
minutes.
conversation.
Yeah, honestly,
It looked
yeah,
like
so,
about
yeah,
20.
yeah.
The phone was like
25
turned off or something. I don't even know what happened over
Oh,
there.
low battery, I think. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
alright.
Oh,
So,
man.
but yeah, like I mean, I guess we could like getting close to close it out. It's like, what are some like just lessons learned and like and advice that you want to give to anyone who's looking towards like joining Urban Graduates, or like just even just like some like something to help with anyone that's going through it in 2020. So, what is some good advice?
Some
Or,
life
like,
lessons.
our fellow urban graduates. Yes.
Off the cuff, good advice.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I will say that when it comes
Yeah.
to urban graduates, all are welcome.
Yeah.
That's one thing I would
Yeah.
definitely want to say.
Yeah.
Because anyone can be an urban graduate. That's it's a
I love
big
that.
part of what it's about.
Right.
Yeah.
As far as life advice, I don't know. I'm still trying to get it together.
Oh, me too. Yeah, honestly. Yeah.
We're all going through the process.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah, I've been
You know
going
what I
through
mean?
it.
Like,
So yeah,
everybody-
we don't have it together all the way, but
Yeah.
we striving towards
Right.
what we want to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That can happen at, just like you said, there's no limit, there's no
Yeah.
cap on the age of your growth,
Yeah.
because as long as you're alive, that's another day for you to move forward.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And then like, helping people like know that like, no matter what you're going through, you're not alone. Like you have people
Right.
that really truly care about you, even if they're not your brothers or sisters. Like we can be there for you to like help you get through it. So I love that. So
just keep it strong, stay positive. That's
exactly,
the main
that's
thing.
what you gotta do.
Yes.
So
Stay
yes,
strong,
yeah.
stay positive.
Yeah.
Don't let the quarantine get you down.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And things do turn around. The more that you work on them, and try to just stick to your goals, whatever that may be, how big or small. You know what I'm saying? Just have that fight in you, have that flame inside you to keep pushing forward and bring out whatever it is that's in you that's positive.
Absolutely.
I love that right there, my good sirs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Yeah, we
for coming to
definitely
speak with
appreciate
us.
y'all for
Yes, Grits
Yeah.
allowing
Watson,
us to
Eric
get
Devon. Yes,
Great
thank you.
Remind
my
us
good
again
sirs.
about that video.
The video,
video that's coming out
we
Monday.
Gotta
gotta
stick together.
Yes. That's the name of the song, and it is dropping on Monday.
Okay.
Right.
So and it's just one that's, it's I think it's a pretty clear 2020 visual.
Yes.
That's about the
Yes.
best way I
Very.
can put
Oh
it.
yeah. Oh,
it's
yeah.
like right there. If you miss it, then you're just not paying attention.
Yeah,
Right.
You're
yeah,
not even watching. No, they're probably just sitting on their
Yeah.
phone.
You've
like,
been hiding under the
Yeah.
quarantine rock.
yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
But I think it's very well timed with what
Yeah.
happened today and all.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely,
that. So yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Seems like some celebrations are in order then. So yeah,
Yes.
yeah let's get on it. So, yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Yes, exactly. So well, if you'd like to close this out, Anders, my good sir. So,
Yes.
yes. Yeah.
Once again, thank you guys
Thank you.
so
Thank you,
much
guys.
for
Yes, thank you.
joining us
Appreciate
here
y'all.
on
The
Say
Go
the
Nuts.
Nuts.
Yes,
Yeah,
the Go
we
Nuts
gotta do
podcast.
it
The Go
again.
Nuts podcast.
We're going nuts here. That's what we're
Going
doing.
nuts.
So, yes, all the way through. Yes. Yeah.